News is ready. Is the millennium saying you're ready? Eh? Hello, welcome back. Did you enjoy yourself? Did you participate?
Well, I was just watching. People, there's a way people do their exercise, like you were saying earlier before we went on break. Uh, you're supposed to choose a particular way of exercising your system, your body. Like, don't go vigorous beyond where you end up having
Yes, trains all over,
cramps
muscle
and
tears.
sprains and things here and there. But it's all right. Anyway, the way out to sort yourself out.
Yes, I really, that was like so much. And yes, you said something while the show, while the dance was going on,
Okay,
that dancing can be used as a form of exercise
exercise,
and
yes.
losing weight.
Yeah.
So actually, yes, dancing can be used as a form of exercise and losing weight,
hmm
especially guided dancing.
like me, as I said earlier, most of the time, if I just wake up in the morning after my press up, the next thing I do is I drink plenty water and I'm fine.
How many percent?
Yeah, I can go 50.
Hey,
Yes. With 25 breaks. Yes.
50.
Yes.
Where are your packs?
Mustn't I'm not fat. Yeah, I've always been like this.
So you go 50.
Of course. I don't like packs actually.
It's hard to believe,
I
anyway.
go 50. I drink water. All you need to do is to make sure there are some things that you don't eat before you go to bed. Like once it's 9 o'clock and I'm hungry, I wasn't go for something heavy. I wasn't eat beef. I wasn't eat carbohydrate. All I do is I get some maybe drinks, drink, get full. Because at the end of the day you need it. So I just go to sleep. The next morning you wake up hungry, do your press up, then
So
drink
it's
water.
possible to press up on your empty stomach.
Of course,
50.
why not?
50. After the show, you're going to do 50.
Why
You're
not?
going to do at
Why
least
not?
30.
Of course, if the
Do you, do
cameras,
you
if
take do you take breaks
and
or you just
no,
go
in
50?
fact, I said 25, 25. I can take even 30 straight.
Ah, it's hard to
If you
believe.
argue, if you argue is simple, you just drop some money, I drop mine. Then
Ah,
I just pull
money.
off, do my press up here in the studio.
I'm really curious, and I'm sure there are other people who are curious like me out there because it's hard to believe that you can go
it, do,
50 rounds
it doesn't
down.
sh- it doesn't show. It's a routine.
Okay, so we'll go on to the newspaper review right now. Let's look at what's happening around, what has happened and the cost of this week. So quickly we'll delve into that session now. Um,
I think this week has been so much lots of drama this week here and there.
yes, a lot, especially, I'm more interested in Twitter this week. Like
Yeah, Twitter,
a
Twitter,
lot,
Twitter was very informative as usual
yes.
because most of the breaking news and top stories you usually get them from Twitter before it goes to other news paper platforms.
Yeah,
So
so we actually have a lot. We have a lot. Probably we should begin with the nation.
okay,
Uh-huh. So the nation right here says federal government Lagos on collusion over vaccination. This was on Monday on the nation, and then we also have dangerous flooding likely across states. Agencies warn. I think this has to do with global warming.
yes, exactly. I think it has. Most people have been warned against that. It started since last year. And the funny thing is that most of our people don't actually adhere to warnings by agencies and government parastatals
Yes.
that actually give ultimatums before ahead of time.
Yes, so and then we still there on the nation we have no rift between
We
Buhari, Tinubu.
says presidency, no rift between Buhari, Tinubu says presidency. Okay, let's see how it goes. The other one is court nullifies sex sanctions on Rwanda, Delta, and writes Buhari to demand for people release.
It is well low. I think we can move forward to the nation again, which is like the next day. That's on Tuesday. And then right here on the cover page, we have foreign local debts rise to 32.92 trillion naira. Debt.
That's serious.
Now,
I hope the minister say you're not gonna finish that because they're still acquiring,
so
amassing
how do
loans.
when do we plan to recover or pay back those
Me and you will
debts?
start paying now. Then maybe later
Oh,
our
well,
kids
we
our
are.
kids will continue paying. We just press all for good, and that's the most important thing. Still on the nation,
Government
seek
seeks more
more cash
cash
for
for security
security
and vaccine.
vaccine. Wow, more
So
cash,
more
security,
cash.
vaccine. Then Boko Haram sponsors behind banditry and kidnapping governors, northern governors. And let them go after them and let's have peace because there's nobody above the law. And whoever you are, you can't fight the government. So we just pray that this banditry and Boko Haram uh, war that we're actually facing for a decade now should come to pass because I think the locals are actually finding it difficult to even go to their farms.
Yes, which is like an issue. I think we've discussed this on this show before. It's an issue
Exactly,
of concern
exactly.
because if there is insecurity and locals are finding it difficult to go to their farms, it means that we get to that level where what happens?
We starve.
People, yes, there's no food.
Famine.
People don't have money to buy food. Like one of the stories, I think we should feature the story next week.
Okay.
One of the stories is of a lady who has taken up the initiative to teach the children whose parents are affected by farmer headache crisis, and most of them are not able to pay their school fees. So now these are the side effects of these small, small kind of wars that we have. We have children dropping out of school because parents can no longer foot the bills. We have hunger a lot. From what we see, people are not able to go to their farms and farm. And we know that a large percentage of rural people in the rural communities are farmers.
And are affected.
So,
They said there are about 10 million children out of school, and when we say 10 million children out of school, categorically you should know that about 70% or 80% should be from northern Nigeria, and
yes,
particularly northeastern
northeastern
Nigeria,
to Nigeria, yes.
because northeastern Nigeria is part of Nigeria that has been battered for a decade now, from food production to social activities to even social development.
Yes.
Everything has been degraded. The crisis has made a lot of people relocate from their comfort zone.
Yeah, and to add to what you said, there's the statistics that says one in every world's out of school children is in Nigeria. So one in every five of the world's out of school children is in Nigeria, which says like generally there are 13.2 million of the country's children,
Out of school.
yes, aged, and the age gap is like 5 to 14.
14. Now,
So
now, now that reminds me. At a point of time, even the insurgents, when they come, they find people that are not enlightened. The
yes, so
banditry
the
goes to
recruits.
people that are not enlightened. They can actually manipulate you with stipends. But by the time these kids are able to have at least a little of formal education, he knows the sweetness of knowledge, and he won't actually jeopardize that by subjecting himself to some kind of uh, terrain where uncomfortable environment.
Yes.
But by the time these guys are able to test the four walls of a formal education, I think a lot will be done. And I think this all this is actually shouldered is the responsibility, social responsibility of the government to put this under check because we have government school.
Yes, but you see, again, I think we will talk about this proper next week when we have that story set, because when you talk about the children that are out of school, is one problem in Nigeria. Then another problem is the quality of teachers who teach these children in school. I can say without doubt that based on reports and research that I have done, most of these children teachers uh, end up being teachers not because they want to be teachers, but because
They want the means of survival.
yes.
They
So
want to survive.
at the end of the day, and what pains me more in Nigeria is if you look at most teachers, they have something in common. They are usually people who work, who didn't pass WAEC or who had issues passing JAM because who could not secure admission into the proper university, so they end up going for NCE.
I totally I disagree with you on this
Okay.
context.
Okay.
Let me explain the reason why I disagree with you. We have state college of education, we have federal college of education,
Agree.
and even in the university there are of course educational courses. Now let me tell you what is actually happening. It's rich.
So no, let's get that straight.
Um,
Who goes? Do Nigerians actually apply for those educational
Exactly.
courses?
That is why the FC is always there.
So why
Now,
do they go
now,
to the
now
FCE?
let me tell you where the issue is. The issue is not from the teachers. The
Okay.
issue is from the government.
How?
Good. Let me explain to you. Basically, in every nation, there are three set of people that are always given consideration in whatsoever you do.
Okay.
The teachers.
Okay.
When I mean the teachers, I'm referring from the primary level to the tertiary institutions. Then you also look at the health workers.
Yes.
When I mean the health workers, you know what I'm talking about. Then the third, the armed forces, the military.
So now in
I'm
this
coming. I'm
case,
coming.
let's narrow
I'm
it back
coming.
to
Now,
what we're
now,
talking
now,
about.
back to school.
Yes.
Back to school. A lot has not been given to these teachers to put them on check.
But that's the
I'm
point.
coming.
So
I'm coming. Now, most of this is the same government. When you look at top schools and private schools in Nigeria, are mostly owned by politicians and top government functionaries. So they won't put these government schools on check. They won't put them in better position for the children of the common man to enjoy. Because what would you enjoy from the government?
exactly. So
Is
that's now let's narrow it down
I'm
to
coming. I'm
the
coming.
issue.
Let me
Yeah.
land. Let me land.
Okay.
Now, the issue of you saying most of the teachers that teach students are either dropouts or half baked. Look, in every setting,
Yes.
there's always a quack setting.
Exactly. So, can we
you need
tackle
you
the
need to
quack
good. You
system
need to
now?
check now. Is it all boils? That's why it all boils down to the government. You need to check quack schools. We need to start looking at quality way of teaching, tutoring these young people.
Which brings you back to my point. And my point is simple that most people who end up in colleges of education and the whether federal colleges of education and state colleges of education have a common trend. If you ask them, they tell you that we looked for admission in the regular universities,
We
we did
couldn't
not
get.
get, so that's why we're just applying because we know we'll get
But
admission.
there are a lot of educational courses in the university.
Exactly. So that's the point. So first of all, for starters, one of the problems is that teachers are um, end up in some of these teachers. It's not all of them. I know a friend who is passionate about teaching. She's done masters and educational masters
I think
because she wants to be a
at the point
teacher.
I was even expecting. We don't have that in Nigeria. I
Yeah,
don't know.
but you
Maybe there
see,
is somewhere.
few people passionately want to become teachers. That some people, because the teachers' welfare is discouraging, despite their desires to become teachers, they would rather go for alternative means.
You still fall back to what you said.
Exactly. So I wasn't necessarily saying the government didn't have faults. No, I wasn't saying. But I'm just saying that these are the issues that we have people out there who are in federal colleges of education because they don't have now let's create the cycle. So imagine I met this girl in Jos, and she was 13 years old. So I asked her one of the days, I said, bring your textbook, I want to teach you. So when she came, she opened her textbook. Guess what I realized? She was reading, but she wasn't. I noticed that I was reading along. So I noticed that her eyes were not on the right, like the paragraphs. I was like, hold on, what is this? And she paused. Then I realized she had just crammed
Oh
the
no.
textbook.
Oh no.
Guess what? No, it's not bad yet. This girl does not know how to identify the alphabet. She doesn't know which one is A, which one is B, what sound is A and what sound is B. Now imagine if this girl graduates and she's a student. She was in primary five or so. And then I
Going to
realized
just
that,
one.
yes, I realized that there are people who are still in secondary school in these LGAs that do not even cannot identify A, B, or C, cannot even make that sound. So now, when this person graduates, it's hard to pass JAM. It's hard to pass WAEC. Eventually, we know how WAEC is written on the blackboards in public schools. So
Uh,
what happens to them now? They pass maybe with their A's and D's. They're admitted to FCEs and
Dorcas,
CEOs.
do you know the high level of corruption in our educational system? It all boils down to that. So I think a lot of damages have been
It's
done.
a lot of damage,
A
and
lot.
well, we I think that this country needs a proper state of emergency on education. We need to prioritize and tell
The
ourselves,
whole state, the whole state,
yes,
not just education, the whole state. When I mean the whole
the
state,
state of the nation.
the state
But
of the
we have
nation.
to take it
So
one step at a time, like one step.
we
We can't
pray,
take all
we
at the
pray it
same time.
gets better before it gets out of hand.
Actually,
We have
so
still more of the newspaper
newspaper
review.
review. Yeah, let's move ahead. Still the nation. We have Nigeria is better and stronger as one nation, says the president, Muhammadu Buhari.
Certainly,
Truly, we actually better together. Let's
certainly.
if we all decide to play our quotas, I think we move the country forward.
You know, while I was when I was growing up, I like dogs are my favorite pets. So there were three in the house there. I had Butter, I have Thatcher, and I have Viking.
Okay.
So these three dogs, what usually happens is if one is injured, they'll come and help him lick the wound.
Oh,
Yeah, you know the saliva is it has high level of vitamin C. The dog.
oh, okay,
Yes.
that's new. I didn't
So
know that.
I think the teamwork that the president is actually talking about is good for us, and it will actually go a long way. In fact, the house goes down is still the same family that will set it up again.
Yes,
So no
exactly.
matter how bad it gets, we need to stay together and forge ahead.
So it's like a call to togetherness. Well, we have from Daily Trust newspaper right here, release money rather to boost economy. Tinubu tells Nigeria. Um,
Tinubu tells Buhari.
Buhari rather, yes, Tinubu tells Buhari release money. I think that governments are beginning to make laudable efforts. When we see them try, let's say it. I've known like two people that have received loans now from the missile disbursement, COVID-19 relief disbursement to boost businesses. So for the first time for me, I'm knowing someone personally who has the opportunity, like who has been given this loan. And if we continue like that, it's actually a way forward. And truth be told, we need money to boost the economy because money breeds money.
Docas, quickly, let me tell you something. It all boils down like when Biden, when Trump's government was about leaving, there was a vote for the COVID-19 allowance. They were making provision for the citizens of America,
Yeah.
and from Trump's administration, is transcended to Biden's administration now. Now, these monies, this is how they disburse this money. They make sure every American, as long as you're on the American soil,
Yeah.
you have access to this. It was a giveaway to ease the, the hardship of COVID-19. But I think on our cases here, you see different platforms. This one will come, this one will come, this one will come. There's no particular platform that says this is the government platform where you can apply for COVID-19 relief
There
funds.
is. That's what Nisal
I'm
is
coming.
in conjunction.
I'm,
No,
I'm
there
coming.
is. I
I'm
think
coming. No,
it's
I'm coming.
okay.
Let me land. I'm not against this. I'm very informed about them, about their activity.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is, what about that man that is in the village that doesn't have, I'm coming, doesn't have access to the computer, to the smartphone?
I think that, let's be honest, Nigeria has a problem. Let's be honest, and
Now,
this problem is, yes.
I'm
I
trying.
want to respond to that.
I want you to
No,
understand
I
something.
need to respond to that.
What is happening to that man that has no connection, has never seen these facilities that we're talking
They
about?
have microfinance banks which disburses loans
How
to them.
how sure are you
For a fact, I
it
can
gets to
tell you.
them?
For a fact, I can tell you,
It's
they have
simple.
microfinance.
I'm
I
coming.
like from like I know a couple of microfinance banks who give out loans to farmers. I know that. Now the problem that this there's a huge problem, and the problem is the distrust between the people and the
You're
government.
not getting what I'm
Because
saying.
if no,
I'm not referring to farmers. This thing involves
at the root, I'm not
every
saying
Nigerian
no,
on
but
the soil.
we can't give you loan if you don't have what you want to do with
It's
the
not
loan.
called loan. There's supposed to be support funds for
Exactly. So now this is the thing.
to curtail the hardship of
So,
COVID-19.
let's get it straight. I give you money and you squander the money. It's as good as useless. The best thing, if you want to empower somebody, you give him money to start a business. You give him money to augment his business. You give him money to make life better for him.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, now the mistrust I'm talking about here is that people do not trust. People think that when government money comes directly to them, it's an avenue to squander the money. It's my own time to eat from the national cake, which is a problem. It cannot move us forward. If the government is borrowing money from outsourcing to borrow money and bring it into the system, and we on our own part are not generating money, we are not turning the money to grow money, then there's a huge problem. Because truth be told, if I was the government, I wouldn't give you money.
Policies are always implemented. Now, you're referring to the MAEs, those that have small medium business.
Yes.
Now, those ones are different from what I'm even talking about categorically.
So I'm not referring to a certain group of people, but I'm just saying that it doesn't make sense to give someone money if he's not going to invest in the money. He's not going to invest in any business. I give you money to to eat and then die.
Listen,
It's empowerment.
What other countries are doing?
Yes.
Listen, what other countries are doing? Like what is America is not actually far from Nigeria. If America Americans don't have two heads. They're human beings.
No. I think it's not right to compare Nigeria and America, because they are years ahead of us.
I'm giving you
over
an
100
instance.
years.
I'm giving an instance.
Yes.
America, South Africa,
Yes.
Tanzania.
Yes.
You don't have.
But their poverty, no, you don't understand. You're dealing with a system that is already problematic. So it is unfair to compare Nigeria to these countries.
If it wants to work in Nigeria, it will work.
Exactly. So how do you make it work? No. I think that's a
you.
vague statement.
It's not vexed. Let me explain to you. Who I'm talking about here is I'm talking about that old man in the village, that old woman, that youngster in the village that doesn't even have access to the formal education. It doesn't even. In fact, there are people that don't even know.
The humanitarian ministry offers 5,000 naira. What's it called?
5,000
naira allowance. Yes, there's a name for the allowance.
Once in a year.
5,000. It's supposed to be monthly. And I've spoken to a midwife, and she told me that they actually implement that they give this money to these people. Of course, we can't say generally that everyone gets, but to an extent. So yes, it's true that it's important to take care of the old and needy in the society. But most importantly, let's give an instance. If your child is empowered, to a large extent, you were empowered, because this child.
You said about 5,000. You're forgetting. There's nothing like that, and there's nothing like continuity. Anyway.
Well, this is actually a vague statement, because you have to bring out your facts, right? You can't say there's nothing like that, because I have evidences. I've spoken to a couple of people who have said yes, that these monies are being disbursed
in Nigeria.
But yes, here in Nigeria, the problem in Nigeria is lack of trust.
Have they given you yours?
I don't need that money. That fund is for the old people who cannot generate funds.
Now let me take
That's what the humanitarian ministry does.
Let me take you there. Now, the northeastern part of Nigeria, that is where I come from.
Yes.
And that is, I'm telling you my own story.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? Basically, such kind of funds or allowances I've not heard of. I don't know whether it's been
Exactly. So
disbursed.
I think
But
that
I'm
you are
coming.
not in an
No,
authority
no, no,
to
no. I'm
say so
coming.
much
No, I'm
about it
coming. Listen,
unless you've
listen,
done your research
listen,
well.
listen, listen. I've been asking. You said the locals. You said 5,000.
Yes, they
You
give
said
5,000
you
naira.
said microfinance banks.
Yes.
I think nothing like that has reached the axis I'm coming from.
No. Unless you go make your facts right, bring these people and let someone tell you that this fund has not this place, you think cannot be the form
Okay,
of a conversation in
it's
this
alright.
studio.
It's
Well,
alright.
I think we should take a break, and when we come back,
The
more
newspaper
on the
reviews
newspaper reviews. To stay with us.
right here.
So exactly, so studio
Now,
bar facts.
I've got fax man.
Bar facts.
But phone,
Bar
my
facts.
phone is not here. That was Kiji. When the last time check the last time this Nanta, the last time Minister for Humanitarian in Nanta, I could in that sake Baba Makwa.
Hello, Abby. I feel. Yeah. Yeah, I feel you.
Power on. Power on. 14. Power on. 14. Power on. 14. Power on. 14.
Is the news ready? Eh? Akwe news? Akwe news? Akwe news? Akwe news? Is the news ready? Okay, so we can take the news and come back.
Mugama newspaper
Yeah,
review.
so we'll go to newspaper.
Power on. Power on. 15.
We'll go to newspaper review that. We phone in coming news. Hassan, I was trying to har yanzu ina streaming the phone now because ina kokari in yi.
Internet ya horo number.
I was trying to send the person the link
For what?
for the show. Kagame.
Power on.
I join now.
Kaman jiya zai fara wannan shu. Hello, Fidelis.
Huh?
Oh, okay. So don't worry. I'll just call you.
Okay.
And when it's ready, when it's time, I'll just call you.
Okay, no problem.
I see that.
Um, I think
Phone
that
in
one.
enough for we can hook Dr. Babsa next Saturday.
Kuna zan sa a platform bring suggestions. Kowa zai nuna min. How do you think you should not bring us back. Ah, put promo.
Saturday ya kamata kowa da kowa da ta samu social media. Everybody. So now how many segments? 4 ko.
Mm. Yes. That much is the national economy. It's not a American commission.
Leadership kuma ya kika jump.
Because I'm not sure there's something bad. That's it. Welcome back if you're just joining us. This is New Dawn Nigeria, and we have been um, discussing the newspaper headlines.
Bantering.
Bantering, actually, it's a lot of banter from what has happened across the week from Monday right up until this morning.
Yeah.
Yes. So we would quickly just go back to the newspaper. Right here, we have the leadership on the 30th, which said rising global demand brightens Nigeria's exports
Prospects.
prospects. Yes, you know, I saw something. I saw someone exporting charcoal, finely packaged charcoal. And then someone within the week also called me and said, "Do you know that there's opportunity in exporting
Charcoal.
of charcoal?" And he told me, yes, they're exporting. People are exporting charcoal. People are exporting maize stock,
Maize stock is fine.
finely
But
packaged.
I'm not cool with charcoal.
Well, I'm just telling you
I'm not
that
cool with charcoal
it has
because
gotten to that level.
we need more trees to
Yes,
battle this
yes.
global warming. So
So-
by the time you start cutting the trees and start packaging the charcoal, I think Nigeria will end up being a desert. Already there's a campaign
So-
around Bauchi have kickstarted. I think Borno State and Yobe have taken off, so people are beginning to plant trees. to
Yeah,
see
so
that
if
the-
you must take a tree down, I think you should plant a tree.
well, the vast is the case because I don't know whether you're
Have you planted a tree before?
Of course, so many times.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know whether you have traveled down northeastern Nigeria or northwest or probably even yes, northwest Kaduna and the rest. You see most of it. You see plain lands, no trees or something. So I'm against the sending of charcoal,
Charcoal.
because you
But
get that from
I
the
think
trees.
if it's economical, on my own part, I think if it's good for the economy, then plant a tree and take down a tree.
Well,
If that would be implemented, I don't have it.
do you know that in some part of the world, when you take down a tree, it's a serious crime? Yes,
Well, so
it's a serious crime.
but what if you're replacing the tree? What is your crime there?
Fine, it depends. It depends
Exactly,
on that.
so I'm saying-
But in our own case, look, everything we're struggling now, everything.
Yes.
The global warming, a lot of things has happened. So the exporting of charcoal, I think I prefer the maize stock. The maize stock is better. Once you remove the maize from it, you can find that one can actually even go a long way better than the charcoal. But coal, before you know the whole, Nigerians, before you know, Nigeria will be barbed.
Yes.
So I'm not totally cool.
Well, I think that if measures can be put in place, if you take a tree down, plant a tree, I don't have a problem on that. And there are other export opportunities that are beyond the coal and the
Of
water.
course,
Yes,
of
exactly.
course.
So, and I think that if businesses are built in strongly, at the end of the day, we can. Nigeria is a large nation, and we have all it takes to compete with the world.
Of course.
Exactly. So if our businesses are boosted to a large extent and our packaging is good, then we can be able to
You see,
take it out
Dorcas, we have everything. All we need is to get the right people at the right place, at the right particular position.
Okay, so
to
what do you
function.
mean by getting the right people?
Yes.
So I didn't get to.
Like getting expertise to where their experts are. We have a lot of them in Nigeria. We just need to put them at the right place. For
So
them to
why
function.
why are they not at the right place is a question.
Well, I don't know. I'm returning back the question to you. I don't know.
Well, I'm not sure about that either. Let's move ahead and see. We have I'll support Tinubu presidency only if he declares Fashola. And then we also have, during the week we had that Tinubu saga where
That was
his age
fracas here and
celebrating
there.
his birthday,
You
and
know,
a number of
some were saying Baba is 69. That's what I saw on the paper.
Yes, we all saw that.
So
And then
the song was sung. Some anonymous guy popped out and was like saying that means he gave birth to his daughter at the age of 9 because
I
he has
don't
a
think
daughter that
it's
is 6 years old.
anonymous because
Yeah.
it's right there on Wikipedia.
His
There's a wrong.
Wikipedia account was edited 13 times or 12 times. I'm not sure, something like that. I stand to be corrected.
Well,
Something like that. So, when politicians now they do their thing. So,
that's what someone said. If you're a secretive person, don't go into politics because every aspect of your life would be explored. People would bully you.
Honestly.
People would accept
they'll
you. They'll
shut
say a
you
lot
up.
of things about you.
Exactly.
It's not easy to be in leadership. Now we also have PNB travels to London for medical checkup. This has also made a lot of controversies, especially on Twitter. I think it would be nice to just look at some of the tweets that are coming, emerging from that.
And quickly before you do that, the issue of this health doctors strike
Yes.
going on currently. I
No,
have
we're not there yet. I think we will talk about government doctor strike. Is the issue of the president traveling out of the country for medical checkup. I think that has made a lot of buzz on Twitter, and it's an issue of concern.
That's why when you were talking, I said that where to get breaking news is the Twitter earlier.
Yes.
That's where you get what is actually happening at the moment before even the newspaper mediums, sorry, the news mediums carry it. So that was protests
Yes, we had
in the UK
Renault
there.
protests. Yes, in the UK over the president being in. And it's a bit ironic that the president of the country is out there in the UK.
The doctors,
The doctors here in Nigeria are on
strike.
strike. It's
Oh
a
no!
little bit.
Oh no!
Let's be
Oh no!
resident
Oh
doctors
no!
are on strike,
It doesn't
and
go down. It doesn't go down well.
yes, so that has made like a lot of tweets. I'm trying to get those Twitter tweets now, but it's a bit challenging. Maybe we should just move forward. When we get that, we can. Um,
It gives is I don't know how to put it, but I think our health sector need to be functioning. Our health sector needs attention.
yes,
Our
I
health
agree.
sector needs to be revived because I think as a president, you're not supposed to even trust any other medical practitioner outside your own country. You know, we find it difficult, but most of our African leaders they're always there going for medical checkups instead of them to remain at home to actually fix what we have. So we're begging the doctors to to work so that the common man can have access to the normal treatment that we're used to here. But
I guess
come to
oh, sorry, go on.
come to think of it, I think. Do you think those protesting over there in London
Yes.
are they doing the right thing?
Yes, so I'm asking. To me, honestly, I think that it's a form of bullying. Not that I'm for the government. Neither am I. Like, let's be objective here. So the president is out there, and in fact, the hashtag is not. It's saying harass Buhari out of London. That's bullying. If you're bringing your facts to say you have we have these issues with you, we have these issues. Truth be told, it doesn't tell well that the president is out, and yeah, that's it. These are the protesters. So it doesn't tell well that the president is out of the country and then um, doctors are on strike. But to use statement words like harass Buhari out of London, I think it's a bit extreme.
Sarcastic. Okay, but you know the way Nigerians are going through a lot right now.
Yes.
We Nigerians were going through a lot. Nigerians have seen. I think we have seen a lot of things have happened, from Boko Haram to kidnapping to banditry. We're in search right now,
Yes.
but that doesn't call for this kind of a thing. But I think the the protesters are actually doing something good as far as I'm concerned.
Yes. Oh,
Because the health sector at home has to be fixed. Because it has been like a normal trend for African leaders, not just Buhari. They're usually going for medical vacation, medical tourism. They're always going to other countries, Western countries, instead of you fixing your home. It's just like you having your roof being taken away by the breeze or something or storm, and you leave the house and go and stay in your neighbor's house. You'll be waiting till when the storms, till when the rain stops, you still pack in. So these are things that Nigeria can actually fix. So when you see these people protesting, I think I don't see anything wrong with it.
yeah. No, no, no. With the protest, I don't see anything wrong
I
with
don't
the
see anything
protest.
wrong with it.
But my issue of concern is that some of the terms like harass Buhari out of, I think it's a bit extreme. It's bullying.
That's what I said. I said
Yes.
that earlier, but that is the level it has gone to now.
Yes.
Because you see, a patient man can run out of patience sometimes. You know, they keep telling you be patient now, be
Yes.
patient now.
Now, I think, in fact, I think we should move ahead and talk about the doctor strike right now, since we're establishing
Are we
that,
done with the newspaper review?
yes, most of them are mostly
Let's check out the sun.
the sun is
Okay. Well,
agony, anxiety
anxiety as
as
doctors
doctors
begin
begin
strike.
strike. That's why I said so.
Still the same thing.
It's the right time to delve into the doctor strike saga.
You know, there's something that the security challenge can be fixed without state police. Makinde Alafin Olubada. Okay. Now this is another one coming up. The Omaihi imposes curfew as fears pervade Ebonyi communities after massacre. So you see, a lot of things are going on in this country, and by the time it keeps jamming,
Yes.
crisis, strikes, ASU strike, doctor striking, labor, a lot of things need to, and something has to work among all
Yeah.
these
So
people
so
that are
now
going.
there are controversies surrounding doctor strike, and before we look at the issues why the doctors are on strike, or why the doctors, okay, so I posted a question, and the question was, is it right for doctors to go on strike? There is a problem. Obviously there's a problem. There's a bridge of agreement between the federal government and the
They
doctors.
actually signed an MOA,
Yes.
Memorandum of Action.
Okay.
You get
MOU
no
first.
MOA. They have moved to the MOA now.
Oh, okay.
That one is Memorandum of Understanding. This one is
Yes.
Memorandum of Action.
Yes. Okay.
You, you, you get,
Yeah.
and it's like the government breached it.
Yeah, so we have some of the demands here. I think we'll put it up for everyone to see. But there is that the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors had an extraordinary National Executive Council meeting, and which was held on the 6th of March 2021, where critical issues that have bewildered the association was looked into. And then now it says that the non-payment of medical residency funding for 2019, 2020, and
Salaries.
2020. That's like, no, that's for resident doctors.
Okay.
Yes, that's for resident. I think not all doctors, is for resident doctors.
Okay.
Yes, and then we also have that the failure of the federal government to meet all the agreements in the memorandum of terms of settlement signed on the 21st of April 2020, which was equally reviewed critically. And then they also said that I think it's really long. There are up to 12 or
As
15 of them.
is an MOU, and of course after the MOU, they now had an MOA. So now when that is why this strike action took place.
So the question now is to a common man, right? Is it right for doctors to go on strike? Who receives um,
That
the hurt?
I think that's what compelled to this protest in London, because it all boils down to the common man. Is how many Nigerians can actually go for medical vacation? But all we want from the government is let this health sector be
So
functional.
now, yes, we agree that the government has a huge role to play in making the health sector function properly.
Yes.
But when doctors go on strike, the the impact. So when doctors are on strike, the people suffer, the people die.
Now let me take you there, Dorcas, quickly. This is a situation of I look at it as negligence.
Okay,
This is a situation of I look at it as negligence.
okay,
If I think the doctors, as I told you earlier, I said there are three arms of the teachers,
yes.
the words, the health
The
workers,
health workers.
and the military. These are the backbone of every country. Now it's like the two sectors already are malingering. They are managing to survive. They are hanging. ASO has been on a strike for like a long time now. Now the doctors
Yes,
are going down. Now our military apparatus, even our aircrafts are beginning to be shot down by bandits and Boko Haram.
yes.
So automatically we're in fracas. Every Nigerian won't be happy. There won't be any Nigerian that will see things going like this and he will be comfortable. So I feel quickly the federal government should do what it takes, whatsoever these people want. The health sector has to function because that is what the common Nigerian is holding on to. That is all we're enjoying as the dividends of democracy.
Yeah, I really think that the government needs to focus on the people and well I'm going to merge us up with just a second now. Hello, hi.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Okay, so we have joining us right now Paul Toje, a social analyst from Lagos, and we also have Dr. Nampo Nalda, the president of ARD, which is like the Associate of Resident Doctors of Just University Teaching Hospital. Good morning to you all.
Good morning.
Good morning. So we would like to have our heads wrap our heads to understand why the resident doctors are on strike, because there's some form of misunderstanding. We have people blaming um, doctors for going on strike, people saying that it's an unjust thing, but then we also have the doctors saying that they have reasons, justifiable reasons why they should go on strike. So probably we begin with you, doctor. Can you help us? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Please help us wrap our heads around why doctors are, the resident doctors are threatening or are on strike.
Okay, very much. Thank you, co-conference members. I'm Dr. Nampo Nalda, the president of Resident Doctors. The issue that has led to the resumption of the earlier suspended strike 2 days ago by the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors has been a recurrent decision. It is sent on the welfare of doctors. These demands have been lingering for over 10 years. And the only thing that we have achieved is that the terms of settlement that led to the suspension of the strike continued to change from memorandum of understanding, memorandum of terms of settlement, and then recently memorandum